Welcome to all of you. Today I am handling the topic of IR spectroscopy. Interaction of electromagnetic wave and matter is nothing but spectroscopy. The same electromagnetic wave in the region of 10,000 to 100 per centimeter and molecule is nothing but IR spectra. IR spectra is nothing but the vibration of a molecule which produces a change in dipole moment create a IR spectra. For example, carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide having the IR spectra, symmetric stretching carbon dioxide. For example, symmetric extension and symmetric compression is IR inactive. At the same time, asymmetric stretching, one bond is extended, another one bond is compressed. It is nothing but what is called as IR active. Therefore, asymmetric stretching forms of carbon dioxide is IR active. Generally, change in dipole moment create a IR active form. For example, in this generally a molecule, if we consider a molecule, it is a combination of atom and chemical bond. Here atom consists as a ball and chemical bond is considered as a spring. Now you can able to extend a spring or able to compress a spring. That is the model of the vibrational stretching frequency of the IR spectra. This stretching the IR spectra classified into two types. One is called stretching frequency, another one is called bending frequency. The stretching frequencies are further classified into two types. One is called symmetric stretching frequency, another one is called asymmetric stretching frequency. At the same time, bending frequencies are classified into four types. One is called scissoring, another one is called rocking, third one is called wagging, and fourth one is called twisting. Therefore, four types of bending frequency and two types of stretching frequency. Now, in this one stretching frequency, first of all, the first one is symmetric stretching frequency. In the symmetric stretching frequency, both, for example, consider the carbon dioxide, carbon at the center, one atom, one end is oxygen, another one end is another oxygen. We can able to extend both the oxygen atom from the central carbon atom. That is what is called symmetric extension. At the same time, both oxygen atom come towards central carbon atom. That is nothing but what is called symmetric compression. This is nothing but both atoms move along the same bond axis. Therefore, bond axis and bond angle remains the same in this case of the symmetric stretching frequency. At the same time, in the asymmetric stretching frequency, next one of the atom is extended, one of the oxygen atom from the central carbon is extended, another one oxygen atom is compressed in this case. In this case, it is called one atom move away from a central atom, another one atom move towards central atom. That is nothing but what is called asymmetric stretching frequency. If we go for bending frequency nothing but not only change in position of the atom but also with the change in angle also occurs. For example, scissoring and rocking, both are in plane bending frequency. The scissoring model, both like a pair of scissors, just like a scissor, both are moving in a opposite direction, one in clockwise direction, another one anti-clockwise direction. Automatically change in bond angle occurs with the change in frequency. There is nothing but what is called bending frequency. Another one is what is called rocking. In this case, both atoms move in the same direction. Both atoms may be moving in the clockwise direction or maybe both atoms move in the anti-clockwise direction with a change in angle. That is nothing but what is called as rocking. In this both cases, change in angle is observed. Both are belongs to in-plane bending frequencies. At the same time, remaining two area, out of plane bending frequency. One is called wagging, another one is called twisting. In the wagging, it's out of plane. For example, central atom in the plane, both atoms are out of plane, projected out of perpendicular to the plane. I can show a model for you regarding this matter. For example, carbon at the plane, both oxygen atom projected up. That is what is called out of plane or projected down. At the same time, in this case of twisting, one atom above the plane, another one atom below the plane. That is nothing but what is called twisting. There is nothing but what is called the type of bending frequencies. Now in this case, out of stretching frequency and bending frequency, stretching requires more energy. Therefore, it absorbs higher wave number. For example, assume that in your hand having a spring. You can able to extend a spring or able to compress a spring, but it requires more energy. At the same time, bending a spring required less energy. Therefore, stretching required more energy, absorbed at higher wave number. Bending requires less energy, absorbed at lower wave number. That is the basic between the two type of stretching frequency. Therefore, out of this stretching and bending frequency. The stretching frequencies are only 2 types, bending frequencies are 4 types. Therefore, most of the frequencies are fall in the region of bending frequency with a low wave number region. That is what is called fingerprint region. But some of the area only for stretching frequency area. Calculation of vibrational frequency. The value of a vibrational frequency can be calculated by using the Hooke's law. That is nothing but Hooke's law is nothing but nu bar equal to 1 by 2 pi c root of k by mu. Now, in this case, k is called force constant. That is nothing but a measure of a strength of a bond. Mu is called reduced mass of the system. Mu equal to m1 m2 by m1 plus m2. That is nothing but what is called mu, reduced mass of the given system. Bond. I give you one example for you. In this case, carbon-carbon, I go with carbon-carbon stretching frequency. For carbon-carbon stretching frequency in saturated hydrocarbon, C bond stretching frequency. Assume that one having one carbon, another having another carbon. In between, the bond is like a spring. We can able to extend a bond or compress a bond. At the same time, C double bond C stretching frequency. Example for alkene. In this case, bond between one carbon atom and another carbon atom having 2 bonds. Because the formation of 2 bonds, the stretching frequency value increases in the range of above the previous one. Why the value increases? Because of formation of, because due to the double bond, the value of stretching frequency increases, the bond strength increases. Based on bond strength increases, nothing but force constant increases, automatically the stretching frequency value increases. At the same time, you go for with acetylene. Now one carbon with other carbon, between 3 bond formations are there. Because due to the 3 bond formation, the stretching frequency value increases further because the bond strength increases more and more. Just assume a spring in your hand. In this side having one spring, only one spring, the carbon-carbon, we can able to extend a single spring very easily and compress it very easily. It requires less energy. At the same time, the same hand, we having 2 spring in this side of combination 2 spring, we can require more energy. The same extension and same compression require more energy. At the same time, 3 spring means it requires more and more energy. Therefore, number of bond increases, generally bond strength increases, the vibrational stretching frequency increases. That is the indication from the carbon-carbon stretching frequency of the alkane, alkene and alkyne compound. I go with one more example, carbon and halogen family. First one with the carbon and fluorine stretching frequency. Second one with the carbon and chlorine stretching frequency. Third one with the carbon and bromine stretching frequency, and fourth one carbon and iodine stretching frequency. In this area, one area belongs to carbon, another one belongs to halogen family. In this area, the left area, automatically what is the thing happens? The halogen family increases with atomic numbers. First one, fluorine is more electronegative, at the last one, the iodine is least electronegative in the halogen family. Now, because of more electronegative nature, small in size of the atom of fluorine, the bond strength is strong in the case of CF. For example, CF stretching frequency is nearly 2200 per centimeter. At the same time, in the case of carbon chlorine stretching frequency, the value is approximately equal to 800 per centimeter. At the same time, third one, carbon bromine stretching frequency equal to 600 per centimeter, approximately equal to. At the same time, the last one, carbon iodine stretching frequency approximately equal to 500 per centimeter, because every time the size of the bond increases, the internuclear distance increases. Automatically, length of the bond increases, force constant decreases. I give you one example for you. Consider this is one is a bond. The chalk piece is a bond. One area having carbon, another one area belongs to halogen family. For example, first one iodine, because iodine bond size is atom size is heavier size. Therefore, internuclear distance is higher. In this case, because of the bond length increases, the stretching frequency is less. For example, assume that I can able to break a chalk piece very easily. Because of the bond length, the stretching frequency is lower. In the case of halogen, for example, carbon, iodine, I already mentioned the stretching frequency range is 500 per centimeter. Now, next I go with another example. The carbon with next area is bromine. Now, compare with iodine, bromine atom is smaller in size. Automatically, the bond length, what is called internuclear distance is less. Now I can apply more because bond length decreases means strength increases. Now I have to apply more force to break a bond. Therefore, now here this is the next example combination, carbon one side, another one side having chlorine. In this case, the bond length is what? Still reduced. Now we have to apply more force to break a bond. Automatically, the final stretch having carbon and fluorine. Now the size of the bond is very small. Size of the bond is very small means the force constant is more. Therefore, I have to apply more force to break a bond. There is simple logic behind it. Therefore, bond length decreases, force constant increases. Therefore, carbon fluorine having more bond strength compared with the carbon iodine stretching frequency. Consider a molecule. A molecule is a combination of atoms. Each atom having 3 degrees of freedom belongs to 3 Cartesian coordinates x, y and z. While forming the molecule, the atom combined to molecule, that 3 degrees of freedom does not last. Automatically, the 3 degrees of freedom converted into translational, rotational and vibrational degree of freedom. For example, if we consider the carbon dioxide molecule, the 3n degree of freedom, n stands for number of atoms in a molecule. The 3n equal to rotational degree of freedom, vibrational degree of freedom and translational degree of freedom. But here we are concerned only with vibrational degree of freedom because IR spectra are concerned only with vibrational degree of freedom. Therefore, if we go for linear molecule, if we want to calculate the vibrational degree of freedom, the value is equal to 3n minus 5. Here 5 stands for 2 rotational degree of freedom and 3 translational degree of freedom. Therefore, remaining is nothing but vibrational degree of freedom. For carbon dioxide, consider the example of carbon dioxide having 3 atoms, 1 carbon atom and 2 oxygen atoms. Therefore, n equal to number of atom equal to 3. Therefore, 3 into 3, 9 minus 5 equal to 4 vibration mode for carbon dioxide. This is nothing but an example for linear molecule of carbon dioxide. At the same time, if we go with the benzene, in how benzene having the formula is C6H6. If you go for C6H6, total number of atoms is 12 atoms in the benzene. In this case, total number of mode expected is 36. Therefore, for non-linear molecule, the formula is 3n minus 6 because 3 rotational degree of freedom and 3 translational degree of freedom. Therefore, 3 into 12 total expected degree of freedom is 36 minus 6 equal to 30 vibrational degree of freedom is possible for benzene. Therefore, based on linear molecule, the formula generally 3n minus 5. For non-linear molecule, the formula is 3n minus 6. Therefore, we go with vibrational degree of freedom to calculate the IR spectra values because stretching frequencies are generally smaller, only 2 frequencies, bending frequencies are more. Therefore, most of the area fall in the area of bending frequency. The bending frequency requires less energy. I already mentioned the bending frequency requires less energy. It absorbs lower wave number. As I have already mentioned, the stretching frequency is only 2 types, symmetric stretching and asymmetric stretching. Therefore, we are having less number of stretching frequency. At the same time, bending frequencies are more. Therefore, generally if you go for vibrational mode of a particular molecule, number of bending mode is more. Therefore, this bending mode fall in the category of fingerprint region. Hydrogen bonding. In this one, the infrared spectroscopy method is a powerful tool for studying hydrogen bonding. In this hydrogen bonding, we are having 2 types. One is called intermolecular hydrogen bonding, another one is called intramolecular hydrogen bonding. In the intermolecular hydrogen bonding, bonding between molecule to another molecule. For example, if you go with ethyl alcohol, bonding between one ethyl alcohol molecule to another ethyl alcohol molecule. Now the formation is dimer. Association of bonding between 3 molecules means trimer. In the same way, association of more molecules is nothing but what is called polymer combination. If the length of a bond, because due to association of bond, the length of a bond increases, automatically the force constant is decreases. If the force constant is decreases means automatically the stretching frequency value for a intermolecular hydrogen bonding is less. Free OH hydrogen bonding for alcohol, the range is 3640 to 3600 3620 per centimeter. At the same time, due to the intermolecular hydrogen bonding, the hydrogen is shared between two oxygen atoms. The bond length is stretching frequency is varied. Because of the bond length increases, automatically the force constant decreases. The force constant decreases means automatically it observes at lower wave number. Therefore, for intermolecular hydrogen bonding, the OH stretching frequency is well below the value of 3640. The range is for 3500 per centimeter to 3200 per centimeter. That is nothing but what is called broad absorption area. Another one is what free hydrogen bonding. The absorption area is what is called as sharp peak. We are getting two types in this case. At the same time, if we go for intramolecular hydrogen bonding, we are getting only a single peak. The intramolecular hydrogen bonding is nothing but the bonding takes place within a molecule. For example, orthohydroxyacetophenone. In this orthohydroxyacetophenone, the hydrogen is bonded with CO group having a lone pair. Automatically, intramolecular hydrogen bonding occurs. Due to intramolecular hydrogen bonding, the bond strength is decreases. The bond strength decreases when value is decreases compared with free OH hydrogen bonding. The value in the region of 3570 to 3450 per centimeter observed. For in the case of the acetophenone, orthohydroxyacetophenone, it is a very strong hydrogen bonding, intramolecular hydrogen bonding. The value in the region of 3077 per centimeter we are observed in this case. But how will you differentiate the two types of hydrogen bonding, intermolecular hydrogen bonding, intramolecular hydrogen bonding? In the intermolecular hydrogen bonding, the observation of IR spectra, one with low concentration, assume that the concentration is 0.001 m. The concentration, if you observe the IR spectrum of a alcohol, in this case, we are getting free OH stretching frequency only. That is the observation of OH stretching frequency only in the region of 3640 to 3620 per centimeter. At the same time, at higher concentration, we are having two types of stretching frequency. One is called due to free OH stretching frequency, another one due to the intermolecular hydrogen bonded OH stretching frequency. Out of this one, free OH stretching frequency observed at a higher value and intermolecular hydrogen bonding observed at a lower value because of the association of OH hydrogen bonding. The intermolecular hydrogen is strong means the vibrational stretching frequency is lowered. It is an indication of the intermolecular hydrogen bonding in this case. Now, intermolecular hydrogen bonding decreases with the dilution. Why it decreases? Because the dilution occurs means automatically concentration decrease is observed. If concentration decreases means the solute molecules are cleaved by solvent molecule. In the area, the intermolecular hydrogen bonding dissociated into separate OH stretching frequency. Therefore, at very dilute condition, we are getting only one type of stretching frequency, that is what is called free OH stretching frequency. Intermolecular hydrogen bonding varies with the concentration. At high concentration, due to association of hydrogen bonding, we are getting two peaks, one with the free OH group, another with the intermolecular hydrogen bonding broad spectrum of OH group. Therefore, we are getting two observations at higher concentration. At the same time, at low concentration, we are getting only one single intense peak of very high intensity, the range around 3640 to 3620 per centimeter, because due to free OH group only. Why it occurs? Because at low concentration, the solute molecule, the alcohol molecules are cleaved by solvent molecules. Automatically, we are getting free OH group hydrogen bonding. At the same time, intramolecular hydrogen bonding. In the intramolecular hydrogen bonding takes place within a molecule. Whether the concentration is high or the concentration is low, the intramolecular hydrogen bonding remains same because it takes place within a molecule. Therefore, we are getting only one peak, whether at high concentration or at low concentration. This is the method to differentiate between intermolecular hydrogen bonding and intramolecular hydrogen bonding by IR spectra. It is an efficient tool to distinguish the intermolecular and intramolecular hydrogen bonding. From the above discussion, I mentioned the following important salient feature of the points. First of all, IR spectra concerned with the study of vibration of a molecule. In this one, we don't consider rotational and translational degree of freedom. Therefore, we subtract the rotational and translational degree of freedom from the total degree of freedom. That's nothing but we are concerned only with the vibrational degree of freedom. This vibrational degree of freedom, there is nothing but IR spectra classified into two types. Already I mentioned. One is called stretching frequency, another called bending frequency. Stretching frequency having two types. One is symmetric stretching, another one is asymmetric stretching. Bending frequency having four types. What is called scissoring, rocking, and wagging and twisting. Four types scissoring. That's nothing but the first area. Second, if you go for the calculation of stretching frequency, the calculation is based on force constant of a system and reduced mass of a system. The value of vibrational frequency is directly proportional to the force constant of a system. Therefore, bond strength increases, vibrational frequency increases, or reduced mass decreases, the vibrational frequency increases. That is the conclusion in the second part. If we go for inter and intramolecular hydrogen bonding, generally intermolecular hydrogen bonding varies with the concentration. At higher concentration, we are getting two peaks. One with the free OH group, another one with intermolecular hydrogen bonding OH group. At the same time, at low concentration, we are getting only one single intense peak because the area, the bond between solute particle is cleaved by solid molecule. But in the case of intramolecular hydrogen bonding, the bonding takes place within a molecule. Therefore, whether at low concentration or at high concentration, we are getting only one peak in all the cases.